Hello for kids, this is day 42 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we have the white pieces, so pawn to e4 it is. What will my opponent play? He plays the very aggressive Sicilian defense, now pawn to c3 trying to play d4. This is kind of like a sideline of the Sicilian defense. Pawn to e6 is not the best move, but now d4 takes is probably the best move, and after takes d5 just takes, and queen takes is the best move. Yes, so knight c3 attacking the queen, bishop b4 I believe, although bishop b4 maybe doesn't even work. So queen d8, okay, and we have now knight f3, probably the best move, just defending everything. Knight f6, okay, so how to maneuver the pieces now? Probably something like, I wanna remember if this is some sort of Pano bot-winning attack in the Karakan defense, but I'm not seeing it, so probably just bishop e2 and castles is good enough. Yes, my idea is straightforward. I wanna attack this king on the king side, so knight e5 and f4 perhaps. There is also, yes, knight e5, just maybe knight c6 and f4. So knight e5, knight d7 also, I can just take it. So just here, there is no queen takes here because I simply take here. So yes, just here, bishop e3 here, and I will attack on the king side, maybe with a3, rook f3, and here with some rook lift ideas as well. Usually I don't like playing with the isolated queen pawn, but I mean, now I got this idea in my repertoire, kinda, with f4 now, or bishop e3 firstly and then f4. I mean, I don't really understand the move pawn to a6, there is no queen b6. If I play bishop e3, queen b6, what is happening there? I mean, in the worst case scenario, I can play a3 here and simply here wins the queen. Yes, it does. So simply bishop e3, queen b6, a6 here, knight a4 wins the queen. There is nowhere my opponent can go. Knight d7 now played, and f4 probably the best move. If knight takes, pawn takes, f4. I am opening this diagonal for something to happen, but I mean, if knight takes, just pawn takes, maybe even this pawn, and then entering some end game, which should be just better for me. But knight b6 with an idea to go here, that's normal move as well. Now maybe f5, maybe rook f3 also I move, rook f3, then bishop f2 maybe. So let's think how we will do this. There is of course the move knight d5, but I wanna play rook f3, knight d5 and bishop f2. It looks pretty okay. And then maybe bishop d3, and something will happen here. So rook f3. Let's go all in. Rook f3, rook lift, and something will happen on this diagonal. I mean, rook, I need two more moves to threaten pretty much a checkmate. Why? Because after rook h3 and bishop d3, I'm threatening bishop takes here, knight takes, and queen to h5 would probably win the game. Knight f6, there is this checkmate. You cannot defend the knight, I believe. Knight d5, I perhaps can play bishop f2 f2 now. I don't even need to trade here, so maybe that's better way of playing here. Bishop f2. Yes. Takes, takes, and knight d5. I don't think it is particularly good move. I can play rook here. If knight takes pawn, just queen c2 wins the piece because I'm threatening checkmate, and the knight on c3, which would take the pawn. So knight takes, pawn takes is an idea. You can also play bishop d6 here, but I mean, you cannot trade here because I mean, my rook opens up bishop d3, bishop h7. And yes, with this isolated queen pawn, now I'm getting used to it, because I play some of these variations where I have this isolated pawn on d4. It gives me a lot of space here. Rook e8, I don't think it does anything other than weaken this pawn on f7. So maybe just, I mean, this pawn is always hanging if I move the rook, so that's perhaps not the best idea here. So maybe I can play f5 takes. Although let's start with bishop d3. That is something I think is the best. Bishop d3. If knight before, I go bishop b1. That's nothing. Yes, bishop d3. If g6 will be played at any moment of the game, maybe just bishop h4 at some moment as well, pinning and winning, as they say. This pawn is kinda weak here, so perhaps queen d2 will need to be played. Just slowly building an attack. And maybe this move bishop e2, when I played it after knight f6 here, maybe bishop d3 was better. Bishop e2 was just not the best use of time, but after bishop d3 this pawn is kinda weak. Knight c6. I know you are not threatening to take it because queen takes and bishop b5, but okay, now I put my bishop on d3, and that's maybe a waste of tempo. So let me know what you guys think of this game so far in the comments below. I will be reading and answering all of your comments. And yes, I have some ideas. Perhaps I'm already threatening to play rook h3. Knight takes. Bishop takes. No, I'm not, because he simply didn't take my rook. Ha! LOL. So that's not the best way. This knight is kinda... But I can always take. Knight takes and then rook h3 threatens this pawn. If knight takes, I can take here king f8. Then queen f3. Rook takes, there is checkmate. So there is nothing my opponent can do except for remove g5. But then simply queen h5. I know this is very advanced stuff, guys. I will tell you all the things I was calculating in my head when I finished this game. In the analysis section, definitely. I will also show you how accurately I played. And maybe there is another line that I'm calculating. Knight c3, bc3 and knight d5. I'm calculating if I can take the pawn. King takes. He plays b5 with an idea of bishop b7. I understand this. So probably queen d2. Knight takes, bishop takes. Let's calculate this, because it is a very forcing variation. If king here... I mean, what is this? So... I mean, you probably have to take the... But let's calculate king f8, because it's the most resilient move, probably. So, rook h3 threatening bishop g6 and checkmate. Just takes. King f8 is not challenging, so what about king takes? Rook here, there is no here because I have the bishop. There is the move king g8, but I go here. You go back with the knight. I give check, you go here. And I play... What do I play? I play here. Bishop g6. Maybe I... Wait, I have also this move. Knight to c6. Which looks like an okay idea. Maybe just takes. Takes, and... Queen d2. Takes, knight takes, and rook h3. I guess g6 needs to be played. So how to do this? I wanna sack my bishop, but I don't think there is anything. Knight takes, and bishop takes, king takes, here, here, here. Oh, there is just checkmate. The king is not on f8. If knight here, this is checkmate. Okay, now I think it works. Knight takes, bishop takes, king takes, check, here, here. Knight f6 is checkmate, so let's sack the bishop. Let's just sack the bishop. Maybe it doesn't work, but he will now spend a lot of time. That's guaranteed. Oh, I see a beautiful checkmate. If king h8, I can still go here. Beautiful. Here, if knight takes, I have bishop g6. Here, knight takes on h3 and queen h5 with checkmate in 2 moves. And the other variation is after king h8. Here, what was I calculating? Something like... Okay, if he plays something like bishop b7, I can play bishop g6, king here, and the only winning move... Oh, I have just checkmate in 2 moves. But okay, I was calculating, for example, if there is no bishop takes on f7, I was calculating that I can sack the rook on h8 and then play queen h5 with the same checkmate idea as earlier. So, king f8? I simply go here, here, bishop g6 takes with check. Oh, it takes with check. Oh, it takes with check, which might be something, but it still doesn't work. King h8, here, 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 here. Oh, he goes king f8. Let's focus now. It's check. This one is check, so that's not the best. I mean, I wanna play here. Oh, if here I go here, here, here. The only way to defend this is to play g6. Excuse me, g6, yes. Check. Here. And here. Rook f3. Threatens also here and here. Here, here, simply here. Wins the game because this is checkmate. Also g6, I mean just here maybe. So yes, just rook h3. He will definitely take. Here, takes with check. You have this checkmate threat, which can only be defended by g6. And after check, here, I have at least a draw with this perpetual. But I can also play... Oh, I can play even here, and here, and here. And I don't know how you defend the checkmate not on f7. Oh, this is brutal. You cannot... Wow, this is insane. And I'm also just threatening bishop g6 with this checkmate idea. I mean, bishop d6 here. There is something. I mean, just here should pick up the queen. So, I mean, I am potentially sacking an exchange, but I mean, you cannot take the... You take the pawn. Okay, queen f3 now. I wasn't looking at g5, though. So how is the best way to do that? Here there is g5, which I missed. Maybe just... Here, g5, I can play g3, sacking the rook here. You need to defend the checkmate threat. Just queen f3. Perhaps I can play something else as well. Queen f3, g5. I can play bishop to e3. Threatening here. Yes, threatening here. I mean, the material is the same, so... I mean, rook f3 also comes to mind. Which should be just winning as well. g5, g3 traps the knight. No, it doesn't if you go here, but then this is simply checkmate. So maybe rook f3 is the best way. Bishop g5 and g3 anyway. I have 9 minutes left, so let's make a decision. Queen f3 may be the most nice looking move, but rook f3 should win the game. It should win the game. Now that I look at it, maybe knight g6 also wins the game. But I'm not as sure, so let's just play rook f3 now. With this idea, bishop here can be tried. g3 though. Here, here, here. This is checkmate. So, I like my chances here. I mean, knight here, checkmate. Also, this is checkmate. Probably most beautiful checkmate, knight g6. Because the pawn on f7 is pinned, and I think... I mean, I spent 2 minutes and a half here, but I think I have a deciding winning advantage. I mean, g6 just drops the rook. King here, this is just... I'm looking for the most beautiful checkmate here. Here. There should be checkmate in a few moves. But yes, maybe just here. Yes, this should be checkmate. Yes, it is. I will, of course, show you all the variations I'm calculating after the game in the analysis section. Maybe my opponent will try to play knight g6 here, but of course just knight takes. Or maybe... I mean, that's checkmate, but I can also play rook f7 checkmate. But I mean, this bishop here is beautiful. g6 doesn't do anything, just loses the game. Here, check, here, bishop e3, here, check, here is checkmate, and that's what I calculated earlier. So yes, my opponent down to 9 minutes and a half, but I don't think you can solve any of your problems. Bishop here, just g3. Check, here, there is no square you can go to. If you take, I can play knight g6 checkmate. I can also play rook f7 checkmate. Maybe the best way of playing was... I don't think king f8 was the best way. You had to... We will see after the game, but I don't think taking was okay as well. Okay, g5 is played, but what about g3? Check, here, here, and this is checkmate. This is checkmate. So now you resign, right? You can play check. I take it. If you take it, I take it. There is no check there. I mean, there is. Ha! Oh, there is bishop b7. Okay. Wait a second. Wait a second. I still see checkmate after takes. Here and here. Is there any check? No, there isn't. I'm threatening checkmate. The only way to defend against the checkmate threat is to push, I don't know, g6 or f6 or f5. And then after check, not even check, I go here. Threatening here, here, and checkmate. I also have check, which needs to be calculated, but after here, just, I mean, let's calculate d5, bishop takes. I can't sack my queen because queen takes still pins my rook, so there is no checkmate. So just takes here and queen takes. Check, I can take it with the king, let's say. But then f5 is check, but then I take it. We will see what will happen, but I'm also threatening if check, king takes, f5, bishop takes, here, here, this is just force checkmate. f6 is played. Wow, you play f6, really? But now you're just down a piece, I can move here. I can go here. Wait, now my opponent is trying to complicate things. You're not really threatening to take. That's the point. Because you're still pinned. Takes. Here. That's not winning anymore. Wait, what? Here. Takes. What? My opponent is finding some insane resources here. I would still say bishop g6 is the best move. The rook is trapped. If bishop takes, queen takes. Yeah, just play bishop g6. There is no takes because I take his king. If king here I take, takes, queen takes, I am up a piece. Takes. I'm threatening also here and here, which should be checkmate in few moves. Takes, king g7. King g7 right now, okay, I take. Maybe taking was not the best. What should I have done? Yeah, probably just takes, I mean, what is there anyway? Queen takes on e8. Logical move. I'm up a rook now. So, if knight here... Oh, he's threatening this check. Which is nothing, because I can simply go here, but then he pushes... g5 perhaps? This shouldn't be as complicated. I only have 5 minutes left, so I better make a move now. Knight d3 here. Here and here should favor my opponent. g5, bishop takes here, and here. And I am up a pawn only. But okay, what is it? It is here g4, blocking the diagonal kind of. If here, I mean, I just move my rook. And there should be nothing else. So, oh, I can take with the knight. And I should be up a piece then. I guess that's more winning. I mean, this is just insane game. We'll analyze it afterwards, but after bishop takes, just knight takes. My king will go back. Bishop g3, h3, king g2. Just consolidate. I am up materials, so up an exchange. So I should be just okay. There is also just here, which of course I'm pretty sure won't happen. But I don't like that position after f takes when e5 happens. I probably will just take back here and here. Because I mean these two bishops are just too strong for my king here on these diagonals. So if he takes, I take back with the knight, and if he takes here, I mean I don't like that. Rook c3 perhaps. With some clear intentions here. But I mean, this is just checkmate, yes. I need to go here. If I go here, here. Should be better because I'm attacking. Here. If here. Well, that's concerning, so king g2. Probably a better move. Just pawn takes back. I mean, I don't... Oh, there is just rook f8. And I'm suddenly losing. Yes, what the How is this even possible? I can go here, but then check. Here. That's probably my only chance to have some counterplay here. I mean, just rook here. Okay, but... Okay, now just queen h3, right? But... He goes there. Which is still probably threatening queen h3. Yeah, I mean, this is just losing now. Here, just here. I mean, there is nothing I can do. Bishop g3 probably the best move. Queen h3 here, here, here. Here I resign. Oh, that's just checkmate, right? He has forced checkmate. Probably. After queen h3, he has a forced checkmate in few moves. Here, 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 and this is checkmate. If I'm not mistaken, I cannot go here, here, and here. Okay, he wins like that. Okay, I resign now. I was completely winning the whole fucking game. But okay. So let's analyze the game now. c5, c3, and d6 was played. Trying to play d5 himself. d4 takes, and d5 takes, and queen takes is not the best. Because I can play knight c3, queen d8. And now simply knight f3 I think was played. Yes, knight f6 now. And oh, bishop c4 was the best move. But there is nothing on this diagonal actually. So I played bishop e2 instead, which is not the best move because after bishop e7, simply castles and castles. And I have pretty clear intentions with the move knight to e5. Now my opponent should have developed either to d7 or to c6, but he played a6, which is kind of weird. Bishop f3, okay, this is a nice idea to rotate this bishop to f3, but I played f4. No, I haven't. I played the move after a6, I played bishop e3, excuse me, which is still fine. Knight b d7, and now f4 happened, defending the knight. And that's kind of bad because of knight b6, really. I played rook f3, just going to attack, knight bd5, and bishop f2, right? And black is okay, I mean black is even better here, after something like b5, bishop b7, wow. Okay, b5, bishop b7 is a clear intention to my rook. So that's something my opponent missed. He played rook e8, which is not that good. And after bishop d3, he played b5 now. I took the knight, he took back. And yes, bishop takes on h7 is the best move. King f8 is the only move, wow. And after king f8, let me just tell you what happens if it takes. Then simply rook h3, king g8, queen h5, bishop h4, wow. Okay, but no. Seriously, I mean knight f6, this is checkmate. And if something like bishop h4, yes. Just queen takes on f7, king h8, and bishop takes is the quickest checkmate, but okay. So, bishop takes was the best move indeed after king f8. Now the best move was rook h3. Where was my win after knight takes on f4? Rook f3, which I played, was the best. g5. Oh, rook takes. Oh my goodness, this is so easy. This is checkmate. King g7 here, here and checkmate. No, wait, excuse me. Knight g6 is checkmate, the rook defends the squares. Okay, just rook takes. I mean, wow, how... g3 is not as good, and now king f1 is only move, wow. So I play king g2, which after bishop b7 is still okay because I can take the knight, which I did. Now f6. Where was my win? Queen d3 going here. Of course. Queen d3. g4 just takes. Bishop takes, I mean just king takes probably is good enough. Yes, if he takes, then... What? King g2 the best move. What about here? Threatening checkmate. If here... It's not as straightforward. King g4 is the top engine move, which is just insane. King g4, e takes, and rook f1. What if king e7? Then rook e1 is only move? No, wait, what? Bishop e1 is only move. Okay, just insane. So bishop g6 here was played. And after king g7, the only move by black. Here I took, and it's apparently a draw after queen takes. Now king g2 was the best move. Kinda. I mean, I played g4, which is after queen h8 and king g2 a draw apparently. After f takes on a e5. King g1 only move. I mean, I simply took back and I lost after rook f8. I should have spent some more time here, and this is just lost. I was still okay after takes and king g1 apparently. Rook f8, oh, the best move, wow. Rook takes, and queen h3 is only drawing move. Of course, if you take, I mean, just here, and you have a perpetual or something, bishop g3. And just bishop takes, and this is apparently equal. Which is kind of logical. Queen f2 again, only move. So the game was just too complicated. Then after rook f8, I just lost in few moves here. And I resigned due to this checkmate attack. If I can go here, then just here. King e1, queen g2 is checkmate. So okay, nice game by my opponent especially. I found that bishop sacrifice. Now I will show you the accuracy of me and my opponent. I think I played pretty badly, but I found a brilliant move, bishop takes on h7. So I haven't found a brilliant move. Wow. So my opponent played with 77% accuracy and I only played with 67.5, which is quite bad, but okay, it is what it is. And yes, if you have anything to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned earlier, I will be reading and answering on all of your comments. And if you like the video, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.